What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Rory with Roar Sports Media, and today we're going over the Bengals 2021 draft recap. I'm gonna be giving letter grades out for each player, pretty much giving a little review of them and basically how I think they fit with our team, and basically just go over a general analysis of the entire draft for the Bengals in general. But first, the intro. Boom. So, the Cincinnati Bengals select at the 5th overall pick Jamar Chase, LSU, Joe Burrow's old teammate when he won the national championship game, when he put an absolute clinic over A.J. Terrell, who is now a cornerback for the Atlanta Falcons. Chase is going to give you that explosiveness, that different type of playmaking ability that the Bengals don't have on the roster right now. He is going to be a true number one, even though I felt like T. Higgins also has the capability to be a number one also. You can never have too many number ones, I guess. So, you know what? He's going to do a lot to help out the rest of the wide receiver core. They're going to have to roll coverage somewhere, and someone's going to be hopefully. So this guy's already coming in and going to be able to compete to where he's going to be a top level receiver just coming out the gate. Of course, he's going to have to adjust to the NFL, which he's with his boy Joey B. So, I don't think there's going to be problems there at all. And he's pretty much a complete package all the way through. The dude's fast. He can run routes. He's super physical, super strong. He's kind of like a smaller Julio Jones, and that's what the Bengals are getting. So when you take everything into account, what you're getting from Jamar Chase at that 5th overall pick, he's an absolute monster after the catch. He can go up and get it. He high points the ball extremely well. His hands are sure, and he has chemistry already with Joe Burrow, so you kind of love that. Honestly, he's probably one of the better prospects we've seen in the past 3 years, and that's saying a lot because the wide receivers in last year's draft were absolute animals. And I honestly think if Jamar Chase were in that draft, he would be probably taken above those guys, the earliest receiver I think was Henry Ruggs at 12. So this guy's way better than Henry Ruggs. So the Bengals are getting an A for me. And just to be 100% clear, I was at 100% a Team Sewell guy all the way up into the pick. I'm not going to lie to you. I wanted Penei Sewell, but we got Jamar Chase, and you can't complain. The Bengals were in a win-win situation either way they went. My only qualms were what were the Bengals going to do later in the draft, which we'll get into that. But Jamar Chase is our guy, and I'm here for that. In the second round, the Cincinnati Bengals select at pick 46, Jackson Carman out of Clemson. And I believe they're having him play a guard position starting off. And Frank Pollock said that he'd be in the mix as a starter. For me, this pick was pretty good value because of the trade down from 38 and they receiving the 2 4th-round picks is amazing value, and especially coming from the Patriots. So getting that value and adding those extra 4th-round picks makes it a little bit easier to swallow for me because I don't personally love Jackson in the second round. It was pretty consensus that this guy was, not a later round pick, probably, mid 3rd round to early 4th round kind of grading is what I saw. Like for most people, he was around the 6th to the 10th best offensive lineman, choice. So it seemed like a reach, but he was the Bengals guy all along. But, are they just saying that, or is that the actual thing? Because as far as I know, Frank Pollock didn't get hands on him. They didn't go out and this is our guy. Frank Pollock went to a lot of pro days. He didn't go to the actual Clemson pro day, which is weird because, who was evaluating him? Frank Pollock was just watching the tape, I guess. But, he went to other people's pro days and, perform them. But I'm going to give this pick a C+ just because I don't love the value, and honestly I think they could have got him in the 3rd round. And it is what it is. The third round at pick 69. Nice. The Bengals select Joseph Osai out of Texas. And what can I say about this kid? Is a relentless, just pursuer of the football. He's not quite as developed as you'd like, which is why he's sitting here at the top of the third round. But he has all the tools to put it all together. He is just an absolute kind of, in a way, he's kind of like Trey Hendrickson, where he's just kind of like you could say he's a high effort guy. He's just constantly trying to always make the play, trying to always get to the ball. And you know what? That's who you want. You want helmets running to the football. And that's what kind of player this guy is. He doesn't take plays off. He doesn't just, low effort it whenever he's tired, all that stuff. You're going to get 100% out of this guy all the time. Is he all the way there when it comes to technique or finesse and all that stuff? No, he's not. But can he be there and be an elite edge rusher? Yes, I think he has Carl Lawson upside, And I'm not saying he's going to get 8 sacks in his rookie year, but he's going to be productive. And that's all you really want. You want a productive rotational guy in the third round and develop into a starter eventually. And I think that this guy has the upside to do that. His last year in Texas, he had 5.5 sacks and 15.5 TFLs. So very productive player. And the Bengals got a steal in the third round, I think. I'm giving this pick I would give it a B+, because I feel like there were still some pretty good offensive linemen on the board that they could have taken, like Creed Humphrey. But getting this guy is, he's also a huge position of need. For the first fourth round pick at pick 111, the Bengals select defensive end out of Tulane, Carman Sample. And low-key, this might be one of my favorite picks. I liked Cam Sample coming out of Tulane, especially coming to the Bengals who needed pass rush. This guy has the upside, about the same upside as probably a Joseph Osai. And, getting those players back to back, helps bolster the pass rush that the Bengals desperately need. We had 17 total sacks last year, and, we need to get young pass rushers on the roster to help us get to the quarterback. And it looks like we're doing that by committee. We're going to have a fresh defensive front attacking the edges in the near future. Carman Sample has absolute, he's a gifted player that went to a small school. He has all the upside, but yet again, needs to be developed further into the future. He was, I believe, the MVP of the Senior Bowl, which you love to see it because he's competing against the best of the best. And he showed that coming out of Tulane, maybe he didn't have the best competition going to the Super Bowl, in the future, but going to the Senior Bowl and showing out and just absolutely dominating other senior players helped his draft stock tremendously. Carman Sample is going to be a huge help to the pass rush in the future, and I think he can also attack from the interior just like Sam Hubbard can on occasion. I'm giving this pick an A. So, with the second pick in the fourth round, the Bengals select Tyler Shelvin out of LSU. It looks like the Bengals absolutely love LSU players, especially the ones who play with Joe Burrow in the national championship. Seems to be a trend. But Tyler Shelvin is our nose tackle, a nice player but he seems to just be a run stuffer, which makes sense. He is a giant human being. He's freaking huge. You've probably seen already. If not, I'll put the clip in of him literally carrying Joe by himself in the national championship game after they won it. Tyler Shelvin's going to be probably DJ Reader's backup. Whenever DJ gets tired, he's going to go in there, and he's probably going to split reps with Josh Tupou. If not, maybe one of those guys gets cut. But he is a good player, and we got a really, really, really solid pick for the second pick in the fourth round. All in all, I'm giving this pick a B just because he's helping bolster that defensive line that, the AFC North has been running through for the past probably 3 or 4 years. This guy is going to help us stop the run, and, I'm here for that. With the third pick in the fourth round at pick 139, the Bengals select Deontay Smith out of ECU. This guy's a small school guy, but he has some upside if we can develop him right. He's, he played 3 years at ECU, and, pretty much the best offensive lineman they've ever had is what I'm seeing from them. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know a whole hell of a lot about him, but he looks like a very, very athletic, very long player. Maybe a little bit slight for offensive tackle, and hopefully he can put on some weight. But, he adds to the offensive line and brings some more competition, which I'm not ever going to be mad at. I'm going to give this pick, give it a B. It's just how I feel about it. It's, I'm not going to ever get mad at a little more competition. So with the first pick in the fifth round, the Bengals select a kicker out of Florida, Mr. Evan McAfeeson. Hope I said that name right. But we needed a kicker after we got rid of old fat Randy, the guy who, probably single-handedly lost us the first game of the year and stole Joe Burrow's first victory from him. Fuck you, Randy. But, we got ourselves some fresh blood, and hopefully we don't cut him after the preseason. Bengals, please don't do that. Please don't. Or I do not want another Jake Elliott situation. But this kid is an absolute bomber. He hit multiple 50-yard field goals and, game-winning field goals in the SEC. He has nerves of steel, and he has a pretty damn cool viral video online where he kicks the cap off a bottle from from 20 yards up into the rafters. Pretty cool. And the Bengals, they need that. And you know what? After seeing that freaking crazy video, he better not miss a PAT ever. Because, just don't. I'm going to give this pick a B just because of how much of a need it is. And I know I'm giving out a lot of B's, but I like this draft a lot. With the sixth round pick at pick 90, the Bengals select Trey Hill out of Georgia, center. And this pick is definitely a depth pick, and I don't know if I love it because he's coming off 2 injured knees, and he played in 8 games last year. I think that the value is, it's okay if you think that he has the upside to one day be a starter or compete to be a starter, but I mean, right now I don't know if he makes a team just because of the sheer amount of injuries to his legs. I don't know how it's going to affect his power or his ability to, set up in the pass and all that stuff. I mean, if he's perfectly okay and he can provide, I could definitely see him beating out Billy Price for a backup job as center and, just adding to the overall depth on the line. I'm going to give this pick a C+ just because I don't love those injuries, and we'll see if he even makes the team. So with the second pick in the 6th round at pick 202, the Bengals select Chris Evans, no, not Captain America, the running back out of Michigan. And this guy is a versatile player, and I think that he makes the team, and he might beat out Trayvon Williams for a spot because he adds a different element to the game that Trayvon doesn't add, and that's pass catching, and he has a pretty good pass blocker when asked to do so. He was actually a slot receiver whenever he was recruited to Michigan and then transferred over to running back, which he actually excelled at. I believe he had 5.5 yards per carry, but his career kind of got derailed a little bit because of an academic issue where he had to sit out a year. But in that year he showed extreme work ethic and took up 3 different jobs in the meantime, and just to go back to school. So I'm liking this pick and what he adds to the Bengals. He's that receiving element at running back, and he can stand on third downs and help block a little bit. And if you need him to run the ball, he can run the ball too very effectively. I'm gonna give this pick a B+, just because we needed to get that Giovanni type player to fill in his shoes. I'm not gonna say he's gonna be that good. I'm just saying he can help. In the 7th round at pick 235, the Bengals select defensive end. Bengals select Wyatt Hubert out of Kansas State. And I don't know if I like this pick. I don't think he makes the roster. He looks like another high-effort guy with not a lot of technique. Maybe he gets assigned to our practice squad. Because it looks like he does kind of have a way to get to the quarterback, but I don't think he makes a team with just the sheer amount of depth. I think this is just a, see what he kind of has kind of guy. I give this pick a D because I feel like there's other positions that we could have tried to address. Maybe we definitely probably should have attacked a wide receiver again some point in the rounds, but, they wanted to try and bolster the Lions, which I'm not complaining about as a Sewell guy at all. So what's kind of crazy is the Bengals selected multiple players from the 2019 National Championship game over the past 2 years. It's kind of insane, like how many players we drafted out of that game. But, they come from champion pedigrees, which I want a championship. I want to see the Bengals go to a Super Bowl. I am here for that. These players have the pedigree for it, and I think that they can do it in the future. I still think we're a ways away in roster building to be able to compete to that level, but I think that we have taken the steps to get there. We're a little bit closer. All in all, I'm gonna give this draft a B+, just because I think that I like the players, but I don't absolutely I need these guys. I think that they add value to the team, and I think probably there's a good chance that probably 6 of them make the team. Oh, sorry, not 6 of them. My bad. We had like 10 picks. I think that most of them make the team, honestly. I don't know why I said 6. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning, so don't judge me. So, yeah. All in all, a good draft. I'm going to give it a solid B+, and, call that a day. I mean, the Bengals did their thing, and yet again, Team Sewell guy, but they addressed what I wanted them to address. Maybe not with the value that I would have liked, but they tried to address it nonetheless. And, I can't complain about that. There are guys now, and I'm Team Bengals all the way, baby. So, I appreciate you watching my video. Thank you. Please like, subscribe, all the YouTube nonsense. If you want more Bengals content, let me know, but I'm not just a Bengals channel. I'm going to be doing draft grades for the entire NFL, every single team, going through their draft process and, just critiquing their players. But I appreciate you watching. Thank you so much. And you know what? Welcome to the Roar. Peace.